See, these people know how to party for Halloween. Now look at this. I mean, we don't get this around the neighborhood too much, but I mean, oh, hey, what's up, y'all? Happy Halloween. I hope you guys had a great spooky month. I know I did. And it went by a little too quick in my opinion, but it's all good, you know. For us big hardcore horror fans, Halloween is pretty much every single day. So I just want to say happy Halloween, guys. And today we are discussing a movie that has everything to do with this holiday. So before I let you guys go and get into this review, I just want to give you guys a few rules to celebrate Halloween and take with you, just so you guys won't get into trouble. Rule number 1, never blow out a jack-o'-lantern. Bad things could come from that. Never blow out a jack-o'-lantern before the holiday is over with, because if you do that, let's just say that some misfortunes may come to you. That's all I'm gonna say. Rule number 2, always check your candy. Now this is a real fact. Ever since I was a little kid, you always have to check your candy because you don't trust everybody, and these strangers out here trying to get these little ankle biters out of here. Sometimes they have a little vendetta against these kids, and you just want to be careful. Even some of the parents, they want to poison them and just, you know, just do crazy things. We don't want any of that. So rule number 2, always check your candy. Rule number 3, always pass out candy. If you don't pass out candy, that's kind of like not celebrating a holiday, and bad things could come from that too, because there are things that we can't imagine that's allowed to roam the world on Halloween night. And if we don't follow that rule, let's just say that it won't end well for us if we don't pass out goodies. So please pass out goodies. And rule number 4, always wear a costume. Again, if you're not celebrating the holiday, these things are out to get us. You have to wear a costume, pass out the goodies, you know, don't blow out the jack-o'-lantern, because why not just be festive and just, you know, get into the spirit and just be happy and be your true self. You know what I mean? Just be your true self. Let that inner beast or, you know, queen or whatever the hell you got inside of you come out on Halloween night. It's only fair. You should let it happen. So now that you got the 4 rules for the do's and don'ts of Halloween, let's get into this review for this beautiful, magical, lovely movie that I love so much called Trick or Treat. Let's go.
I like it spooky.
Hey, what's up, hardheads? Welcome back to Bobby Likes It Spooky, and happy Halloween. It's Halloween, guys. The most anticipated season holiday of the year is finally here. It's beautiful outside, at least here in Philadelphia. It's a full moon today, which is also amazing, and Halloween is on a Saturday, October 31st, 2020, crappy year, and we are talking about Mike Dougherty's Trick or Treat. I'm so excited talking about this film today, guys, because this is one of my favorite Halloween movies ever. Okay, and when I mean ever, okay, this movie comes number 2, because number 1 comes Halloween, not 2018 to be exact, but 1978's Halloween. But number 2 comes in Trick or Treat, because these 2 movies, again, it takes place on Halloween, and if any movie takes place on Halloween, it just instantly become a cult classic in my eyes, as long as it's good as well. It has to be very good, and the story has to be very well told, because if it's none of that, then it's not instant cult classic. So I actually take that back a little bit, but it gets points for taking place on Halloween. Mike Dougherty's Trick or Treat is a horror anthology film that takes place in Ohio with 4 stories being told that intertwine with each other, and they're all just creepy and bizarre as hell. That's the most I got for explaining this film, because you guys, if you know anything about anthology films are, you know, 4 stories within a movie, or more stories. They don't have to be exactly 4, but there's a gaggle of stories that takes place in the film, and they could either, you know, intertwine with each other and link up with each other, or it could just be a story in its own inside the film. Like Creepshow, for example, which is a crazy horror movie. I love Creepshow so much. So this movie definitely pays homage to Creepshow with the style, the beginning credits, and this is just little bits and pieces of Creepshow that you see in this movie. But it's not just Creepshow that it pulls from. This movie pulls from different subgenres in horror. You got your Draculas, your werewolves, your creatures, your zombies. You got all of that in this film, and it might sound a lot, but this movie is not even that long to begin with, but you get a little bit of that lore and all those storytellings in this movie, which is also amazing. So this movie was supposed to come out in 2007, which I was excited for because I've seen the trailers. I've seen the trailers on, you know, the DVDs, you know, when you get a new movie and sometimes they play the real previews in the beginning. So I've seen the trailer of that. I remember going to a movie, I forgot what movie it was, but I seen the trailer there. So I was pumped for this movie just because, again, it's a horror film, it's something fresh, it's something new, it's an anthology film, it takes place on Halloween, you could clearly tell by that trailer. So I was just super excited to get this film, and when 2007 came, October 2007 came, we got nothing. We didn't hear nothing. It's like people forgot about Trick or Treat. I even forgot about it until I had gotten another movie and I seen the trailer on that. I'm like, wait, I wanted to see this film, and then it said it's coming to DVD soon. So I'm just like, what is going on? Why is it coming to DVD and not hitting the damn theaters? I feel like a movie like this, even just by the previews, should be in theaters. But unfortunately, we did not get it in theaters. We got it straight to DVD and Blu-ray in 2009. So we all experienced Trick or Treat on our TV screens, which most people would probably feel comfortable with anyways. But you know, now that I see this movie and when I first watched it and just knowing that how it became a cult classic to this day, I wish this was a movie that we got to experience in theaters. I just want to see the reactions, just how beautiful the film is. Mike Dougherty just did an amazing job creating this weird, crazy, chaotic, you know, Halloween world. Or also known as, you know, Samhain. That's the right way that you should say it because that's where Halloween come from, is Samhain. Also, people say Samhain, but, you know, I even call it Samhain, and even Dr. Loomis himself called it Samhain, okay?
Samhain. It means the Lord of the Dead. The end of summer.
See, if Sam Loomis can get away with it, we all can get away with it. Even though it sounds a lot better coming out his mouth, we all can get away with it. And speaking of Samhain, we get our villain in this movie, who I'm wearing right here, who's also right here, who's also right here. This is another iconic character that Mike Dougherty made up from the top of his dome. He was in college and he had to come up with this little short film, and he came up with a horror short film called Season's Greetings, and that's when Sam was birthed. And I'm so happy Mike Dougherty did the short film because we would have never gotten Sam in this movie. But in this movie, in each of these stories, you might spot Sam. Just look out for him. He might be in the background, he might be there front and center. But when you watch this, and I know my first impressions of watching this film, I said that little dude got something to do with all of this because he's just popping up everywhere. You know, he's just sitting there, you know, just chilling on the steps. He's sitting there, you know, throwing eggs at people. He's sitting there, you know, taking candy out of candy bowls aggressively. You know, Sam is all around in this movie, and I absolutely love it. And I knew that he was going to be a problem by the end of this film, and he was. But I'm not going to tell you that because I want you guys to watch the film for yourselves. I remember watching this film for the first time, and just that opening, that whole black and white, you know, PSA talking about trick or treating, you know, and then it kind of just like, you know, fuzzes out, and then we get, you know, this backup zoom in, like a zoom out shot from a jack-o'-lantern, and then you just see stuff that's going on, and just from that moment, I fell in love. You see this couple walking down in their costumes or whatever, and they're like bickering. Obviously, the woman do not like Halloween because she's sitting there bickering for no apparent reason. So while that was going on, I knew something was going to happen because you got this guy that looked like he's having a great time, also drunk, and then you got Miss Scrooge over here, not too happy, and also in the PSA, I believe it says do not blow out a jack-o'-lantern. And guess what? She blows out the jack-o'-lantern, and you see somebody from across the street watching her. You don't know exactly who it is yet, but you do know that this lady's in trouble, and rightfully so. Like, who blows out a jack-o'-lantern before the night is over on Halloween? Like, loser, whatever. So while she's taking down all the decorations on Halloween night, she gets attacked. Underneath these covers, something is attacking this woman, and they bite off a pumpkin lollipop and slice her throat with it. And blood just splatters everywhere and makes a big mess. And just that scene right there, I was just like, you know what? This is it. This is it. My new favorite Halloween movie. Now, who takes a bite out of a lollipop? Because you know how sharp they can get once you suck on it too much or bite it too hard. I mean, it gets sharp. And slices somebody's neck with it. That's a creative kill. Now, whoever did that gets major points. I'm not going to tell you who it is, even though you should already know, because I mean, who carries around a lollipop throughout this movie? Then we get into our amazing title sequence here, and if you guys pay close attention, you'll see the different stories presented itself in the beginning of this opening sequence. You see the different stories going on just that quickly right there. It's like a bit of foreshadowing of what's to come. So pay close attention because you got your story right there and it's all going to play out and come together at the end of this movie. And I remember watching the end and just like, oh my gosh, like I love anthology films and this just made it even better because everything just ties in together and it's freaking amazing. So that's all I'm giving you guys. Please check out Trick or Treat. It's one of my favorite Halloween movies. I'm pretty sure once you watch this film, it'll be yours too. It's up there top tier with John Carpenter's Halloween. Is a must-see. So this Halloween, today, check out Trick or Treat. And that's all I'm giving you guys. I love this movie so much. It's one of the best Halloween movies that we got in a very, very long time. And I'm pretty sure once you check this out today or whenever, but preferably today because it's Halloween, please let me know what you guys thought about the movie in the comments below. Please let me know what you thought about this movie. I'm so excited. I need to know your thoughts. And if you've already seen this movie already, please let me know. I'm curious to know other fans and how they feel about this movie because, again, this movie is amazing. So I give Trick or Treat a 9.5 out of a 10. And yes, I'm being biased as hell because I love this movie. It is not getting a full 10 just because I do have tiny issues with it. The movie's not perfect whatsoever, but this movie is close to perfect, close to damn near perfect in my eyes. And just because it's a bit whimsical and it takes place on Halloween and it pays tradition to the original holiday and it, you know, it's taking into consideration where, you know, these other horror movies come from. Like I said, the Draculas, the werewolves, you know, the Michael Myers, and, you know, the Psycho, just everything. It takes every bit of your favorite season and put it all into this movie here, even though it's short, but it's still a great film. So yes, I give it a 9.5 out of a 10. This is probably one of the only few movies that I gave that rating, just because, again, Trick or Treat is amazing. You did a great job, Mike Doherty, because I love this film so much. So yes, guys, please check out Trick or Treat. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Let me know in the comments below what you thought. Let me know what you're doing today for Halloween. And if you already watching this video past Halloween, let me know what you did on Halloween. And yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. And I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Shout out to Bloodbath and Beyond for giving me a shout out in their video. I really appreciate you guys. Most of my subs came out just from that shout out. And I really, really appreciate you guys for subbing to this channel and, you know, giving me a shout out as well, Bloodbath and Beyond. You guys are amazing. So thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoy your Halloween. So happy Halloween, guys. Stay safe. Wear a mask. Wear a costume. And please do not blow out the jack-o'-lantern before Halloween. Because if you do, don't say I didn't tell you so. Because I did. So don't blow out that jack-o'-lantern. Stay safe, guys. Peace out.